Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream, MLD Monday. It is very nice to have you all as I am finishing up getting things sorted, put together, and we are getting underway here in just a moment. We have a very interesting show for you tonight. Among people, we do have ElFuego, the captain of the Plat League Foxes, and we also have Reverse Fridge, who's going to be on the back end of tonight's show. Let's see, we are working on getting Rocket League up right now, which is why you're still at the introduction screen for some reason. Huh, go figure. I'm ruining everything one day at a time. So hopefully everyone is having a wonderful night tonight. I'd like to thank everybody for the follows while we were waiting on the music to finally end there. It interrupted the music a little bit, and I might need to work on not having it interrupt introduction music. It kind of triggered me a little bit. I don't know what it did for you guys, but anyway. Wait. Is Kendo speaking? Yes, Rage Kane. Kendo is speaking. We want to see my face. Ladies and gentlemen, the face cam. So I hope everyone's having a wonderful night tonight. I really do appreciate everyone coming out. As I said, I'm just working on typing in passwords. Don't look at my keyboard, Baka. Gosh. And we're getting things underway. Again, first up we do have Fuego. Again, but yeah, like I was saying, thank you very much for those who followed. I believe we broke 50 followers right there because Polch apparently has like 30 different accounts. I'm not sure what's up with that. Twitch, please nerf. Anyway, we're going to get things going right here. I just realized I'm not sure if I have Fuego. Holy crap, I literally do not have Fuego in my friends list. So this is going to be very, very interesting. How can we even play with Fuego if he's not in the friends list? Okay, we have the beautiful Merc up per the usual. My lovely face cam over in the corner. Polch, make sure you save your question for Fuego because there is always a chance to get a question in, especially if it is a really good one. One of my favorite things about doing this stream so far has been the fact that we've been able to ask legit questions to a lot of people from the audience, as well as the questions that I'm actually fielding to them. So it's kind of like I'm a mediator who's interacting on behalf of all of us, and it makes it really, really fun. Let's see. There we are. I found him. He's added as a friend. Let's get him in here right now. Really, I need to get him into the channel here. But yes, I need to get ElFuego into the channel. I need to get him an invite here in-game, and we will get underway here. Let's see. I believe I have sent him an invite. Hopefully he accepts it. Do I believe in the pirates? Aries, I believe in you. Now, whether or not I believe in pirates is a completely different story because, one, Disney completely ruined everyone's image of pirates. I mean, you think pirates, you're thinking swashbucklers, you're thinking people who are actually willing to kill each other. But now Captain Jack Sparrow has essentially uprooted everything that we knew about pirates And now all of a sudden we have fluffy little passive-aggressive pirates who... It's almost like they're pacifists.
They're catty dudes in eye makeup.
Hey! ElFuego, how are you doing today, bud?
Really good. Got the legendary Kendo friend request. So
I'm actually surprised. I'm actually surprised it did not happen sooner.
I'm not.
You're not. Whoa! Wow. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to take that as a shots fired at yourself. A shot fire at me. I mean,
It's a little of both. You know, it's up in the air. It's an ambiguous statement.
Absolutely. So, how are you doing tonight, bud?
As well as I can be for a Monday, Kendo.
As well as you can be for a Monday. I tell you what, though, I was looking at the standings, and of course, ElFuego. I'm here with ElFuego, captain of the Plat League Foxes in the MLD. For those of you again who do not know what MLD Monday is all about here on the Kendo Slice channel, it's an opportunity for me to talk to people inside minor league doubles, the league, and really it gives us an inside look, one that we don't normally get just watching on stream. You get the you get that behind the goal experience, like the real behind the goal in the locker room almost. And let's see how many of the current and old podcasts I can name. I'm a terrible person. That was a Plat cast effort by me.
Oh, dude, that was spot on. Platcast is as low effort as it comes. Dude, I spend 6 seconds making the screen for the whole show. It takes me about 6 seconds to go hit the paint can, change the color to black, and paste it, and then that's the image.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's we've got 6 loyal fans.
So I noticed you did Scarab. I just went random, and the first thing that popped up was Scarab. So are we running Scarabs for casuals right now?
It's Destiny.
It is.
I don't think there's a question about it.
So right off the bat, let the memes begin. Scarab Monday here on MLD Monday on the Kendo Slice channel. So we're going to get into some casuals, get a little warm up. I'm going to talk your ear off. How's that sound tonight?
That sounds great. That's more attention than my boss and coworkers gave me in about the past 2 weeks, so I'm excited.
Wow.
Normally they just, they're like, oh, hey, it's the new guy.
Well, I did notice that you mentioned in the Discord today that somebody at your work got fired. I know the story, but there are some of us in the chat who do not know the story. I'd be interesting to kind of tell it out there.
Oh, it's incredibly boring. Like, it seems very hype when you say it. They just never showed up. This chick just never came to work, and she just kind of quit showing up. So we had no choice but to terminate her contract.
Oh wow! What a terrible touch by me there. You're on your own. I'm not used to the roundness of the Scarab. You see, ooh, very nice shot, sir. The Scarab
I'm surprised that went in.
Like I'm so used to cars like the Merc and doing all different variants of regular cars, and then now all of a sudden I am the ball.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting car. That's why I like playing it, for the meme games.
I almost fell on that ball. That would have been absolutely disgusting, and we would have actually had an MLD POTW moment. Brought to you by Balls Garage. Wait.
Yeah, I'm still gonna contend that the Scarab's better than any flat car.
Fair enough. I find you more credible than Jay talking about how the Octane's the master race over the Dominus. That only mildly triggered me.
Yeah, I like the Octane because it looks cool. I remember week 1 there was this guy in the chat who was just going ham on like hating the Octanes. Just like, there's 4 Octane users. Makes sense. Trying hard. And I was just like, dude, what if they just think they look cool? That's why I chose it, and I just play well with it.
Well, the reason I found it so funny is Jay hasn't played anything other than the Octane in his life, and you think the most credible source would be someone like myself who really hasn't played a single main car his entire Rocket League time, 1,200 hours.
Yeah, that makes sense. You know, maybe Jay just knows better than everyone else. Maybe he's just smarter. You know, that's why he does the stream. He can't hit the hotkeys, but you know, he has it figured out. So, I actually think that's probably the Elgato stream deck or whatever.
Well,
so
yeah.
I was saying the stream deck is
He
breaking.
takes it easy. As easy as he possibly can. When he doesn't have an Elgato stream deck, he has Elgato running the stream deck.
Oh.
You like that?
Yeah, I just have an El Perro. I don't like El Gatos as El Petos too mucho.
Very well done.
My Spanish is legit, y'all.
100% Spanglish. Way to go.
Yeah.
We got this. Of course, with a Spanish name like ElFuego. Now, what does ElFuego mean?
I think it means fighting chicken.
Fighting chicken?
Yeah, something like that.
Interesting.
Yeah. Some people say it means the fire. I don't believe them. I just, you know, I think I like chicken. It tastes good in all forms, fried, grilled, whatever.
Yeah.
And I like UFC, so fighting chicken.
Fighting chicken. Absolutely. Apollo says you are spot on, good sir. And to be honest, I absolutely believe it at this point. So, speaking of names, the nickname that you have gained in the community is the Firefox. Where did that come from? And who exactly gave it to you, and why did they give it to you?
I'm not sure. I think it started with a caster on stream. I don't remember if it was Curtis or you or whoever casted. I guess is Sizz and Sizz and Ninja Rider casted our week 1 stream match against the Blizzard.
I do recall Ninja Rider does like calling you the Firefox.
It might have been Ninja Rider, but I want to think it's Sizz. Either way. I don't know. I didn't come up with it. But funny thing is, I do my very first competitive game, like to get good at, in just a sense that I'm, you know, can beat the computer and most people who say they're good at it, was Melee, Super Smash Bros. Melee for the Nintendo GameCube. I was a competitive Melee player, still kind of am. And Fox is my main, and his up B is called Firefox. So that's kind of interesting.
That's all. That is awesome. Pulch, you need to stop following me with alternate accounts. That's like 7 so far tonight.
Pulch, dude,
I'm really worried that they're
outside.
gonna ban me from doing anything on Twitch now.
Pulch, go outside, dude. Quit making alts. There's more to life than alts.
Who am I kidding? I appreciate the follows. Hopefully Twitch never finds out that they're not legitimate.
Did you commission him, Kendo?
I did not.
We have a conspiracy.
A conspiracy. Wow. Oh
Yeah,
my.
Kendo got Pulch into the league just so he can make. He gives him like 2 keys an hour, just to make Twitch alts. Oh, I threw that.
Oh, it's fine.
Just to make Twitch alts and subscribe to his Twitch channel so he can get a partnership.
Oh my.
Sorry, I let the cat out of the bag.
Oh my. What did he... Okay. I was just seeing what they timed out Rage Cane for. I'm like, what?
Probably
Duh.
just existing.
Wow. Shots fired.
Nah,
I guess at this point I need to ask, do you have a problem with Rage Cane?
No, not at all. He thinks I'm the best support player in the league, so I love Rage Cane. I just, you know, it's Monday. It was an interesting day. You know how it is. You're cranky. It's Monday. You got 4 more days until life is good again. So,
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Get some more let's get some more questions for you here.
I do love me some rage though.
But you guys are currently 13-7. You guys had a tough loss coming off last week, which was on stream, and I covered that a really, really close Game 5. I'm there. Oh, I almost got the dunk on him. But no, it was a really close game, back and forth. Went to Game 5. You guys were almost able to get the equalizer with no seconds left. And Goose, of course, a former teammate of mine. I bet I don't want to know how he felt about that one.
I went in comms right after. I mean, it was really encouraging in the sense that we played, well, what at the time we thought was our C team. There actually might not be our C team because their chemistry was so good. But Goose and Brava, they were disappointed in the fact that they lost. They were down. Their MMR is quite a bit lower than the other teams, which isn't, MMR doesn't mean much. It's just kind of a rough indicator of where you should be stats-wise. But it's encouraging to go in thinking your team's going to be underdogs, and they're disappointed with a close 2-3 loss.
Absolutely. But yeah. And then, of course, your teammates, Goose and Brava, both guys that I really enjoy.
Yeah, I like him a lot. We started out with Goofy, but he's in his first year of college, and, just didn't quite have the time, which I understand. I totally would have been busy my first year of college, too. But he's actually doing productive stuff. Like, he's really into PA work, so he does college's volleyball games and whatnot. I've just been drinking, playing FIFA with my friends because Rocket League didn't exist yet. But, yeah, I'm really happy with our team, though. We've got older guys. We are in the Arctic Division, which the Plat Arctic Division is kind of known as the Silverback League to some extent, especially when Feisig was still there, because at 24, I was by far the youngest captain. Everyone else was over 30. So...
Sorry, I was just answering a quick question from somebody who was messaging me on Steam, but sometimes you gotta fend those off. In other words, minor, go away. No, I'm joking.
If they want me to, I will show them my Tane.
Your Tane?
Yeah.
Should we go Tanes? I mean...
No, I just like to say Tane.
Tanes?
My goal, my overall Rocket League goal isn't to be world champion. It's to get everyone calling the Octane the Tane.
Okay.
And yeah, that's really what I want with Rocket League and MLD.
So, what would be your favorite car? Just off the top.
Oh, the Tane.
The Tane, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, it's my top 3 cars. Number 1 would be the white Tane. Number 2 would be the saffron Tane, and number 3 would just be the normal Tane.
So you're a man. You're a man of many persuasions of Tane.
Yeah, I'm in what you would call a Tane gang.
A Tane gang.
Yeah, that's my RLCS team with Brainiac and Guitar Legend.
Very nice.
Guess what we all play?
The Tane.
Heck yes.
I was gonna say, you could have really threw me a change-up right there and been like, nah, we're all mercs.
Yeah, well, we were thinking about HG Face, but he plays the Dominus, so we couldn't have him be in the Tang Gang.
Yes. I can definitely see that. I can see the logic behind all of this.
Yeah.
But yeah. Random question.
Shoot.
If you, Goose, and Brava all got into a lightsaber fight, who would win?
That's a tough one. It depends on what the stakes are, because Brava has a daughter, so if his family was at risk, probably Brava. Just because he'd have, he'd Goku it out, go try hard, and probably get overwhelmed by me and Goose at first, but pull it out in a clutch situation. But if it's over not eating pineapple pizza, I would mop the floor.
Absolutely.
If you held a pineapple pizza to my head and gave us all a lightsaber, I would win.
So if you held a pineapple pizza, now I'm not 100% sure. Where do you stand on the pineapple on pizza debate?
It's probably the worst sin humanity has ever created.
The worst sin humanity has ever created.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, aside from half-shelled heroes favored pineapple and cherry pizza, I don't get that. I think he just
pineapple and cherry pizza. What, you might as well start putting Starburst on your pizza at that point.
Yeah, I think he just got confused and put fruit salad on a pizza one night, and I don't know, dude. Even the most staunch pineapple pizza defenders generally are at a loss for words when it comes to that combo.
I can't even play correctly right now. That is how frustrated I am with the very idea of what's going on here. I mean, we're losing 6-1 in a casual game against two guys who literally have soccer players, disgruntled-looking English soccer players, for their profile pictures on Steam. And of course, they Brazil us.
I think that the soccer one's pretty popular. The other one is White Rappers.
The other one is White Rappers, yes.
Yeah, teams will just queue up and they'll be like Post Malone and Eminem.
Ah.
Fun fact, I went to high school with Post Malone. Never talked to him, though.
Interesting. Were you scared to talk to him? When did he get his tattoos?
Definitely not in high school. Dude, he was a nerd in high school. He wore suits every day. His mom tailored him.
That's awesome, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, you know, looking back, but I was like, you can wear jeans or literally anything more comfortable.
Let's see.
But you know, I guess he's kind of an old soul.
Wow. I was riding that guy like a pony for a little bit.
I just bumped everyone on that play.
Oh yeah. See that? I whiffed my defense. Anyway. Very, very informative right there. I did not realize you went to high school with such a what would you refer to Post Malone as?
Rap star, I guess. I don't know, dude. Like, I didn't even know who he was until he was Post Malone. Then I was like, oh, I went to high school with that kid. And I was like, oh, that's the kid who wears suits every day.
Ah.
Like, in my brain, his name was the kid who wears suits every day.
Hank in chat says, Post isn't really a rapper, though. He's a lot more. He's an artist.
Whatever it is, Hank. You know, I'm not going to contest that one. I barely listen to his music. I just kind of mentioned it offhand. Like, it's not anything I'm even proud of. You know, it's just a fact. It's just kind of a fun fact. I just want y'all to like me, okay?
Absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, we're kind of at the midpoint in this interview right now. If you see a play that you like, make sure that you clip it. I'm actually gonna go a little bit serious with this. We're gonna go face cam. If you see a play you like, make sure that you clip it and spam it at InanimateJ in the Discord. Call it the Kendo Slice horrible shot of the week. Hashtag Kendo Slice horrible shot of the week.
HSOTW?
Absolutely. I mean, that's
because that's probably like 40 characters. Horrible
the
shot
fact
of the week.
the fact is, Inanimate J wants to see my terrible shots. I mean, why else would he literally put me in the caster's booth to keep me off the field?
Yeah, makes sense.
Absolutely.
I mean,
anyway,
you were really good last season, though, because I remember last season was my first season. Your first week, didn't y'all 5-0 whoever you played?
I don't even remember. It's so many years ago.
I mean, sorry, not your first season. Your first game last season. Season 5 with the Lightning. Pretty sure, dude. I'm pretty sure you 5-0'd on your comeback.
Yeah, I did come. We were up against the Warriors, so ironically, it was the Meme Lord versus the Meme Team.
Oh yeah,
So
didn't they have they had G2 players, didn't they? As
yeah,
their
they
pro athletes?
literally they had all their pictures. I believe it was one person posted themselves or pretended to be Rizzo. One was Granovi,
Azor was Kronovi.
and then
Someone
someone decided to
was
be Sizz.
yeah. Yeah, they were the team that going like whenever I was dropped by the Dodgers and got picked up by the Bears, all season I was like I don't want to play the Wizard or the Warriors. They're gonna be good because they were the team that was always scrimming and just. I remember like week 1, me and Sci-Fi were Braziling them, and then week 3 they were keeping it close, and I was like they're gonna get good. We got 4-1. It was real sad.
Wait a minute.
Dunkhouse.
What? Uh, I don't know how this
Dude.
happened, but this is actually pretty awesome. We're literally
Dunkhouse is my jam.
we're literally basketballs playing basketball right now.
And we just got scored on by the AI.
I need to go commit seppuku. This is definitely reason for seppuku. Oh my goodness.
Sundown for MVP.
Sundown. What in the world? I love the fact that you nice shotted Sundown. Well done.
I always nice shot. It's reflex. I try to be a nice individual, adhering to the MLD community standards.
Absolutely, and of course we here at the MLD do appreciate you adhering.
Yeah, you know, it's good for not getting banned, I guess.
It very much is.
Alright, I'm just gonna go demo.
I'm gonna lay it up. Booyah! That was a good demo.
Yeah, it wasn't even a demo. I didn't even hit him. It was a fake demo. That's how
well,
advanced it was.
It forced him out of the way.
It's true. It did something, I guess.
So we're mixing.
That's pretty
in.
much just what I say to my team. I'm just like, oh, I did something. And they're like, we got it, homie.
Well done.
And then I yell at them to do training packs. They call me Team Mom.
Team
Kind
Mom?
of jokingly. Yeah, because I'm always like, hey, honey, did you do your training packs today? And they're like, yes, Mom. But definitely been improving, you could tell. Like, Goose's offense from week 1 to past week, gotten a lot better.
Well, to be
Bravo's
honest,
getting a lot
Goose's
better, too.
improvement just straight up has been remarkable. And
Yeah, it's nuts, dude.
been
I'm so glad I
following
picked
him
him.
since last season. But he was actually, fun fact about Goose, and this might be something that you didn't even know. He was on the radar for the Ducks in the draft time. So like he was literally like second down. They ended up going with Thomas. But he was like second on the radar, and I think if he would have actually ended up being the third for the Ducks last season, oh baby.
Oh, he'd be like a champ league monster right now.
You gotta buy into the process though.
He would be Little Giant right now.
Pretty much, yes. Speaking of people who grew exponentially, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I cannot believe. How do you enter the league at like a 6.5 or a 7? And now he's what, like a 12?
Yeah, that's pretty nuts. I scrimmed against him the other day. It was in a Plat scrim that became a champ scrim, which is always fun. But and I actually enjoy it. I like getting my butt kicked. But no, Little Giant was nuts, dude. He did like some triple touch off the wall, like backboard down and in. And he was so casual about it. Like, he's clearly done that at least 80 times. And I was just like, dude, I've never done anything half that cool. Like, I've demoed Vince 7 times, and that's my entire highlight reel.
Entire highlight reel. It's all demolitions.
Yep.
That's excellent. Let's see. I'm gonna open this up though. Yes, the Ducks, Goose, Apollo, it would have been terrible. The memes would have been absolutely horrible. And I needed to get around that a whole lot better.
Yeah, honestly, for the memes, it's probably good it didn't happen. It would have broken the league.
Well, to be honest, that's not much better than the Moose Goose combo. That happened on the Lightning.
Yeah, Moose Goose is cool though. It's you have to be more creative with the memes and puns. Slightly.
Thank you for the clear right there. As you can see, I was right there on top of the bar. I was essentially goaltending, but
It's okay. I don't even know what I'm doing
because of the
right now.
scarab wheels, I was pretty much doing a 50-50 grind. It was like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
I'm actually old enough to know what that is.
Exactly. Oh my.
Like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 on PlayStation.
Oh yeah.
That was the game, dude.
My personal
first-
my personal favorite was 2, just for the music.
Yeah, I will agree. 2 had good music. 4 was, I don't know. My dad got a computer and for some reason, like, it came with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4, so I played that one a lot. So that one's pretty nostalgic, but
No.
wasn't as good as the first 2.
I was worried that I had actually screwed that one up. But let's see. But yeah, you guys have had an absolutely solid start. The Foxes, 13-7, looking really good.
Could be better. I mean, you know, we did 13-7. I'm not gonna complain, but I'm the type of person that I can always see something that could be done better.
Mhm.
So I guess I'm hard to please, which is why I'm Team Mom.
I have to think about that one for a second, because aren't moms like
Not my mom.
overly accepting, or
Oh, she's accepting. You know, I just mean like, I don't know. I'm like the tiger mom who's like, you got a 96, cool. Where are the other 4 points?
So never mind. This is where you have an opportunity for a racist joke, but I'm not going to do that. It would dishonor the MLD. Grace dishonor deru. Never mind.
Not even gonna do it for the balls, Kendo.
Not even. I am balls free right now, to be honest. If I have a case of balls right now, if I have any balls, I will be awake until about midnight, and I need to go to sleep tonight.
Yeah. What's your balls tier list?
Wait, what?
Your tier list for balls flavors?
To be honest, the only one I haven't tried, to my knowledge, is root beer. And root beer, from what I hear,
Tastes like
is
root
the
beer.
best.
If you like root beer, you like balls root beer.
Yeah.
The cherry tastes like Robitussin.
Yes, I would agree with that, but it's actually surprisingly
Garbage.
okay, fair enough.
Sorry,
I
is this an
surprisingly kind of enjoy it.
I don't know. I couldn't finish mine. I like all the other ones though. I haven't tried the orange, but I think the original one tastes kind of like a mix between Sprite and, you know, those like marble sodas, the Ramune or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like a hybrid between those two almost.
Yeah,
The ginger one tastes like ginger ale. Root beer tastes like root beer. So those are my 3 that I'd go for if anyone has any questions about their balls.
The ginger, by far, I would say, is my favorite. The orange is, I mean, it's nice because you can add a little color to your life, but it doesn't really taste that good if you're gonna compare orange soda to Ball's orange. But that's just my personal opinion. That's just my personal opinion. All of them are actually, I've been able to drink all of them. I've actually enjoyed all of them. But if we had to rank them in a hierarchical fashion, ginger is by far and away my favorite so far.
Yeah, I'm pretty biased because I'm a ginger myself. So, you know, anything that represents me as a person, like ginger ale, I'm always for.
So I am going to open up the floor to questions. Hopefully we can get about 2 or 3 questions for ElFuego here before we essentially kick him out and move on.
Yeah, I'm literally going to be kicked out, guys.
Because I'm
Kendo's on my door.
I'm a cold-hearted human being.
He's going to unplug my headset.
I do like Hank's comment here. I feel like Kendo needs Jay to keep him in check. You do not know how true that is, Hank. But at the same time, Jay will, for some reason, I bring out the worst in Jay. Because he went all in on some of his jokes just to try to out-meme me on stream. ElFuego. First question is from Hank. ElFuego, why is your favorite person, or who is your favorite person in the MLD, and why is it Hank?
Oh, I feel like that's a loaded question, my friend, my good friend, and favorite individual in the MLD, Hank, of the, is it Flames? Champ League Flames?
Yes, he was of the Flames. And
oh, never mind.
Not at the moment.
Hank of the Champ League. Hank of the Champ League. Well, my favorite reason is because you're not afraid to be true to yourself. I just feel like you're a very strong individual, and I look up to you as a human and a man, and as a Rocket League player in general. You know, I feel like if Santa made a list of all the people who've been good this season, you'd be in the top 6. And on top of that, you just, you know, you're very good looking too. So that's why Hank is my favorite person of the MLD.
Absolutely. Polch with the next question. Where is Platcast?
Whenever I darn well feel like it, Polch. Here's the thing. The more you ask where it is, the more I feel validated as a human, and the more I feel like you enjoy what I bring to the table. And so it's kind of like podcast foreplay. I'm not gonna, you know, it's just like, this is the best. You know, people want me. Can you say it again?
Wait, what do you want?
Can you ask me again, Polch? Can you ask me again, Polch, where the Platcast is?
I'm gonna let you two have a room when you do that. You guys can have that conversation on an individual basis, please.
No, yeah, I might do it. I might do it tonight, Polch. We'll see.
Speaking of Platcast, let's go into Platcast just a little bit. You gotta plug yourself right here. What is Platcast? Who is on Platcast? And you know, where can one find the Platcast?
So the Platcast is the only Plat League based MLD unofficial podcast. It's a giant train wreck. It's just me, and I'm too lazy to figure out OBS, how to get other people's audio to go in at the moment. So it's really just me talking to myself about the Plat League. I do a recap each week. I was gonna do a preview, but I don't know. It's a lot of work. So, and then, you know, it gives me an excuse to look like I'm doing spreadsheets at work, but I'm actually tabulating MLD stats and having fun there. So yeah, it's really just me talking about the league and what happened this past week, and usually ranting about something kind of random. So it's a good time, and you can find it at the YouTube channel ElFuego, like my name.
ElFuego.
Yeah, if you search in YouTube MLD Platcast ElFuego, it'll come up.
Okay.
And part of the charm, I think, is the fact that we're like a week behind. So, you know, we're doing the week 4, or I think we're doing the week 3 recap right now. Yeah. So I'm a week behind. It is what it is.
Ouch. Okay. Well, we do look forward to Platcast. The last question of the night. This is going to come from Ace G Face. How are you guys feeling about the rest of your season?
We're feeling really good. I'm thinking, we're 4 weeks in?
4 weeks
in?
Yeah, 13-7, which is actually pretty impressive. You're one game behind the Wolves, who are just ahead of you at 14-6.
Yeah, we're not worried about them. Nah, I mean, the Wolves are a good team, and obviously the Arctic is a very tough division. But I think we do have a slight advantage. I guess the Wolves are kind of in a similar situation. We've only played our A team once, and our B team once, and our C team twice. So I think we're pretty good in the sense of roster strength. 30-0 the remaining way, not out of the realm of possibility. Definitely out of the realm of probability. You And we got a lot. I mean, the Sun division this season is a buzzsaw. So I think as long as we can keep our lineup strong and keep improving, we're going to be pretty solid and are going to give ourselves a good chance to take that Arctic division.
Absolutely. Well, Fuego, I really want to thank you. You came in tonight on short notice. I do apologize for that, but
It's all good.
You essentially carried this stream tonight, and I
Thank
really
you.
do appreciate the time that you spent today.
I feel like, I wasn't your first choice, Kendo, but I feel like, it's like when you go to prom with your friend. There's nothing, you're not your first choice, your crush went with someone else, but you're going to have a good time regardless, and there's no pressure.
Absolutely. You might not have been my first choice, but right now you're the best choice.
Thanks, Kendo. Hey, thanks for tolerating me, dude.
Dude, it's easy. It is easy. You made it easy, and I really appreciate that. You, sir, have a wonderful night.
Will do. Love you, MLD. You guys enjoy the rest of the podcast. MLD Monday. I know Reverse Fridge is coming in. He's going to kill it this second half of the podcast. So y'all take it easy. Have a good one.
Yep. And thank you. That was ElFuego. And I tell you what, the Foxes are one of my favorite Plat League rosters. I'm a little bit biased when I say that because Goose is a former teammate of mine, and Bravo, when he came in the league, I was one of the first people to actually really talk to him. I really wanted to get to a scrim with him, and we started wrecking people in scrims together. So I really, really appreciate the picks that ElFuego put together, and I know they call that the C roster for that team, but it is by far a lot better than a C roster. Those guys are going to keep on developing, and I really, really look for the Foxes to make a really good push as the season continues. Well, we are going to be right back. We're going to take a quick, about 3 or 4 minute break, and we are going to get Reverse Fridge in here up next. So please do not go away. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again. We have Reverse Fridge getting in here in just a moment, but just wait as I get everything back up. I need to learn how to transition this a little bit better. I've worked on it. I've got the face cam. And we're to the point where I can transition in and out of that pretty easily. Not bad. It looks okay. It has a nice little fade. I mean, it doesn't. It ends up being not terrible. I mean, you never know what might happen up in here. I mean, what? I don't know what just happened there. Oh my. Anyway, I need to get Reverse Fridge in here. I have him already in the I have already invited him in game, and let's see. Up next, someone who he and I came into the league around the same time. He is someone that I've actually played a lot with early on in Season 4, and we really seemed to enjoy each other's presence then. Since then, of course, I believe I became repulsive to him because of my love of memes. He is the captain of the Champion League Flames at the moment. The Flames are 5 and 15. I have Reverse Fridge with me today. Fridge, how are you doing today?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Can we change that 15 and 5 though? I think you got that wrong, right? We're 15,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm sorry. I messed that up so badly that it's almost sickening to think about. So I do apologize there. but it's so awesome to have you here on stream with me today.
Oh, thanks for having me, man.
No, dude, the pleasure is absolutely mine. So let's get ahead. We're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna jump straight into some casuals, and we could get some talking going on.
For sure.
But yeah, you are the captain of the Flames right now, and you're a bit of a journeyman in the league right now. I mean, you have had 3 teams in 3 seasons, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
That is absolutely insane. To follow the history, Reverse Fridge, he started out with the Dodgers in Season 4. The Dodgers had an extremely good season. They went all the way to, well, not quite all the way, but you guys made it all the way, if I remember correctly, to the Orange Conference Champions, correct?
Correct, yeah.
And you guys got beat out by the Bulls there. Sorry if that's a bad memory.
No. It's the only thing I'm known for in MLD now, so feels good. But
only thing? Are you sure?
Yeah, because I beat it so much.
Well, yes, you beamed it so much, but I for a second there I thought you were referring to losing to the Bulls. Losing to the Bulls in and of itself is not what you're known for. Oh, I thought I had that. That's my bad. That was a I'm sorry. I'm paying attention to this one. I thought I had angled myself enough to push it away, but apparently my positioning where I was in front of the net was a little bit. It was a little bit too close. Too close. So, how is the controller? I had heard that you had a controller go bad and you had to send it in. What was that all about?
Yeah. I've had this controller for maybe over a year now. I've had to send it in a couple of times with just some poor input issues, but I got it back now. I got it back today. Feels good. I was about 2 weeks without it, but as you can tell, I've put in almost no hours in the past 2 weeks because of it. So, but it feels good.
What type of controller is it? Do you mind I ask?
It's a PS4, it's a Scuff-like, is what I always tell people, because it doesn't have pedals on the back, but it has buttons on the back. and I use those back buttons a lot. So having to switch back to using the face buttons again was kind of a shock to me. But
Yeah. I can definitely understand that. I have a not quite the level that you guys you would do it, or I know Mateo overutilizes hit the back panels on his Steam controller. He literally Steam controllers it just so he can have trigger finger. Oh, my bad. I should let you have that.
oh, you're fine. You're fine.
Nice. Kendo's bad play of the week right there. Hashtag. No. Send it to Jay. Ace G-Face, I'm sorry, Cloud did play with the Dodgers in Season 4. We're going to get into that a little bit more, though, as the conversation goes on. But, so, 5-15, that's kind of a rough start for you guys.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, do you have anything positive that has come out of the... It's
I
literally
really
been...
enjoy my teammates. I'd say I really enjoy my teammates. Like that's the biggest positive I've got from it is I really enjoy playing with all of my team, and that was my biggest concern going into this season. Was not that anyone in MLD would be unpleasant for me. It's just the fact that I'm kind of a pain to deal with sometimes, as well as I've got very particular personality types that I mesh with, which is why I meshed with Ray really well, because they're very relaxed and doesn't really talk a whole lot, doesn't really have a lot of emotion type of guy, but I've really meshed well with my teammates, just personality-wise this season, which I was really nervous about, but excited about now.
Absolutely.
But if nothing else, I kind of went into the season less going in as like wanting to be the champions and more wanting to have fun with it, just because I remember Season 4 was such a stress for me. Mm-hmm. And whenever it ended, I was so frustrated with just my play in general that I wanted to take the season a little more relaxed if I could. So I was very specific whenever I picked my players as well. Like this isn't gonna be super try hard time or anything like that. Like we're gonna have fun, we're gonna play the game, and we want to be friends. As a result, though, 5-15, but. We are going to practice quite a bit, so we can at the very least make playoffs. I know my guy, specifically Hydra, is very passionate, and he really wants to make it playoffs, and I don't want to do him wrong. So,
absolutely.
All right.
But yeah, let's talk about the team really quick. We have you had Big Q Dog, former Hurricane from last season. Mm-hmm. Hydra, who I believe is a rookie going into this season, although I think he was a free agent in Season 5, wasn't he?
I don't believe so.
No?
I think he was fairly new.
Huh.
But I could be totally wrong. I didn't pay attention a ton to Season 5. I was just focused on coaching the Puffins. So.
That's right. And you have D Loner. Or is that still correct? I might.
Yeah,
be,
no, that's
that
D Loner.
Right.
Yeah.
I took that off the website, and I know that doesn't get updated once in a while.
No, yeah.
I said it, and I'm like, that doesn't sound right.
No, that is correct. We used to have Hank. Unfortunately, he had to leave the team, take some time off, which I was totally okay with. I didn't want to deny him that right, and picked up Big Q, and we've been happy with having Big Q as well. He's been a treat to have.
I know I've played quite a few games with him. He is very, very fun. If I remember right, he is PC now as well.
He's got both. It seems like he has issues with his PC sometimes, so he still plays PS4 mainly, I believe. But I could be wrong. I believe lately he said his PC's been working pretty well for him. I think he's been on PC mostly. So
nice. So just to give the history of so far in the league this season, you guys started out. And this was brought up by Hank. Hank pointed out the fact that you guys started out 5-0 with Hank, and then Hank left, and all of a sudden you guys are 0-15 since he left.
It was Hank, man.
It was all Hank?
It was all Hank.
Well, you heard
I don't know what
here.
happened.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. It was all Hank, according to Reverse Fridge. So Hank was the heavy carry.
Precisely, yes. He was very heavy to carry, if that's what you mean.
Shots fired.
No, it's okay. Hank's a swell dude. Hank's by far. I think I'm very happy the fact that I've been able to meet Hank. He's been a treat to have, as I would consider a friend now, and a teammate for me. So
absolutely.
And I'm not saying that just because he's here. I genuinely enjoy Hank as a person. He's a cool dude.
Something I did want to talk about, of course. I mentioned in passing, introducing you, how we both came in the league at about the same time, and there's a thing preseason, season 4 that it was almost a hashtag, not quite. It almost made hashtag level. We didn't have as much Twitter presence then.
Yeah, precisely.
But there was the Kendo fridge, and it struck fear into a lot of people in the MLD in season 4. What in your mind? What's up?
I said, doesn't that seem so long ago? It's insane.
It does. It was only like a year ago, and I'm literally wondering how in the world have we come this far. I mean, we'll talk about some of the things that you've done, but I'm a retired has-been who's a caster now, and and your journey. I mean, we almost aren't even compatible to play with each other. But in season 4, we literally wrecked each other. We wrecked some face.
That we did. I was slightly disappointed we didn't get drafted on the same team, but I believe if I remember correctly, there was like very few captains that could even get both of us, just because of we were both pretty expensive.
Yeah, we were both I believe a 7 and a 7.5 at that point.
Yeah,
that was actually pretty high. The Ducks ended up drafting me, and it was a 21 cap, and that was all 7s. So
yep,
for those of you who want to know how much people develop in this league, Mateo and Atomic were 700 MMRs going into season 4. That's a scary thought, because now
that's insane.
Now Mateo's borderline champ 3. Get out of the league now. Oh, that was beautiful. I saw the pass. I think what really did it, though, for what was the Kendo fridge at that time, was you had a really good feel for the offensive side of the ball, and I enjoyed passing, clearing, and really was quick to defense. So, like, you would commit hard on the offensive end, and I would commit hard to the defensive end, and then we played at a speed that not too many people in the MLD had seen before.
Yeah. No, I think that was definitely the case. Like, I was way too aggressive back then, and I think having you alongside was just it was a weird combination that really worked. Just because of your speed and being able to back up my many mistakes.
That being said, I'm really hoping we can hit something that's clip-worthy.
Okay.
Just for the sake of... Oh no, the Kendo fridge is back. No, not quite. It probably won't happen. But that's... Oh yeah, do it to him.
Probably won't happen.
I'm glad I backed off of that. Like, back in the day, back when we first started, I wouldn't have backed off of that. I would have been either all the way up, or I would have been already halfway back down the field.
Right.
I would have gone all out. We would have overcommitted. It would have been an easy goal back the other way. Then, of course, we brought the Kendo fridge back for a community tournament, and we got, I think, like, second in that tournament.
I'm having a hard time remembering that, but I think you're right. I think you're right. Was that maybe? Oh, nice.
That is nice.
Was that maybe one of the early Ace tournaments? Maybe.
Um,
I mean, I feel like it had to have been for us to get second. You know.
I think it was like when they first started doing the mixers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, maybe.
It was like it was like the first or second mixer where they didn't actually have the balance rules, because it was already unfair to have you and me on a team.
Precisely. Yeah.
And we ended up going up against. Oh wait, we didn't. We made the semifinals, and we ended up going up against the Ducks.
Oh yeah, that makes. Oh, you know, yeah, I remember. Oh.
We ended up going up against the Ducks, and it was a single elimination best of one circumstance.
Feels bad.
Slider and Hydra, by the way, thank you for the follow. I do plan on reading off all the follows at the end of the stream, but I noticed you guys here. I really appreciate the support. And thank you for coming out for MLD Monday with Reverse Fridge. And of course, ElFuego earlier. If you guys missed ElFuego, I am going to do my best to make sure that the MLD Mondays get downloaded somewhere, whether it be on my hard drive and then to YouTube, whatever I have to do, just to make sure that there is a vaudable sequence that you guys can follow. Oh my.
That was beautiful, by the way.
It was beautiful, but Caveman made me do it. So we're styling on people right now. It almost feels like the Kendo fridge is back.
It is. It is. Already is. Already know.
There we go. Oh mercy. So, I'm tempted to do this to you, but at the same time, I would feel bad. Like, you're someone who I legitimately have friendship feelings for. I did this to Rai, and I ended up I made him lose Grand Champ. Can you carry Kendo Slice?
Oh, we can play rank. I don't care about my rank here.
Or you don't care about your rank? Are you sure?
The end of the season is coming, man.
Okay. Will Reverse Fridge tank the rank? Probably. Let's be real. This is gonna be bad, folks. I'm gonna. At this point in time, I'd like everyone in the chat, if you have questions for Reverse Fridge, I'd like you to type them out. I'm gonna actually focus on this game really quick. I'm gonna see if I can get a little communication going with Fridge. Might get a little bit relaxed but intense at the same time. It's kind of like I'm intense, but at the same time my voice is so soothing. Fridge almost falls asleep, waiting for me to pass the ball to him, which it never comes because I'm that bad at passing.
Right, dude. That guy's name is All Boost No Brain.
All Boost No Brain. That's excellent. I'm gonna be honest.
North American Rocket League.
NA values right there. I'm gonna grab this boost right here. I'm gonna take my trash Merc. And I'm gonna watch you score on people. I'm gonna grab that middle boost. And now I'm gonna watch. I was worried about that ball. Nice clear.
Hey, I'm dead. Oh, no.
F in chat for Fridge.
I might get to that in time. Nope.
I am back though. He's trying to be Jazer, he's not. Oh, that was beautiful, sorry.
No, that's all good. It was too fast.
That's towards the net that's being cleared.
Oh no, I've missed.
33. What a mistouch.
I'll do it.
Trash
Nice.
Merc right there. Trash Merc. Booyah. Absolutely, totally trashed. Anyway. So let's see. HG Face has a question for you.
Okay.
I'm gonna slowly read. I'm gonna pay attention at the same time. I'm gonna grab his boost and get the heck out of there. You're on ball? Sweet. How did you start getting involved in the Rocket League Pro scene, and what was your involvement? What is your involvement these days? And I did not pay attention at all.
Talking. It initially started with getting drafted to the Dodgers. Really, having that Cloud Fuel connection kind of gives you, like, it gives you a lot of options for networking. You know. But that's initially how it started. I joined up with RLC, and of course RLC didn't really do a whole lot. But through that I was able to get other gigs. You know, I'm able to moderate small tournaments, or you know, even being able to moderate RLCS was quite the experience. So I mean, that's basically how I got started, was just knowing Cloud Fuel and being adamant and wanting to help. Because when Cloud Fuel knows people that wants to help, he will give them options to help, basically, you know. Or at least back in the day when Cloud Fuel could do more in the Rocket League scene. Feels bad, man. But not like he doesn't have any involvement now.
F and chat.
Current involvement. F and chat for Cloud Fuel.
Yeah, F and chat for Cloud. That does make
current
me feel
involvement
bad.
though isn't. Yeah. Current involvement though isn't really a whole lot. I am still technically a moderator for Shift. However, Shift currently isn't really doing a whole lot. They have been doing some stuff behind the scenes, but I'm not really sure how much I can talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, current involvement for like the pro Rocket League scene isn't really a ton. I'm trying to get more involved. In fact, I recently applied to Psionics, which was kind of a nerve-wracking thing.
Would you be willing to say what you applied for? Or is that something you don't want to talk about?
It was the esports program manager, something like that. It was one of their like esports positions that have recently opened up, but it was like the most minor of esports positions that were available because I didn't feel qualified for the others. So, but other than that, not really a ton. Like my biggest involvement with the Rocket League scene and all is really 4-mans, which I mean, we still do weekly. So
yeah. Now, I know that's the MLD 4-mans, and those of you who do not know where to get in there, make sure you DM Fridge afterward. He can send you an invite.
Alternatively, if you're Plat League or Champ League, go to Plat Scrim or Champ Scrim. The invite is pinned in there. I don't know why they keep pinning people to me when it's pinned there.
Oh, they keep doing that because I keep telling them to.
Oh, no.
Hashtag bad
But yeah,
joke.
but yeah, they're pinned there, but I can also give the invite if needed. So
I thought for a second I was literally going to get around that.
if only.
Demoing. Not quite. Not quite. But yeah. Then, of course, so what are some of the other things you've done? I know Coastal Mayhem.
Sorry, you cut out there.
Some of the other things I know you've done, Coastal Mayhem. That was a team you were on for a little bit with a couple of the old guys, a couple of the old guard from Season 4 and earlier. Azulite, Hunter, Tasty Chicken.
Can't forget Taunting Toad.
And Taunting Toad, of course.
Well, I initially got involved with them, I think, it would have been March of last year, I believe, when Hunter had said something on Twitter about wanting to get a sub, and I don't know, I was kind of interested in getting more into competitive, like, threes at that time, and so I'd hit him up, and they brought me on, like a friend, almost, you know, it was really cool, and, after that, I mean, it kind of it skyrocketed really fast. We sorry, I spaced out.
You're okay.
We I think within a couple of months, I was moved up to the
I'm gonna
starter
switch it back
position.
I'm gonna switch it back to casual, by the way.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Because I feel bad because we were talking a little bit too hard.
No, that's
I
that's
failed you twice, but anyway.
So we started out with that, and we didn't play a ton in the early days. It was a lot of just kind of, we would hit the ball around together and rank sometimes and do in-houses and stuff, but it eventually got really serious towards like the summer. We looked, or Hunter was saying that he wanted to get like another sub, or another sub. I can't remember why specifically, but he wanted to get another sub or whatever, and Taunting Toad was one of the first people to hit him up, and then before you know it, Taunting Toad's also on the starting roster, and so we started playing a lot together, and we played in RLCS in season 4, I believe it was, and did fairly well. Not as well as say Scarlet Wings, but you know, we did fairly well. And then we played for a bit. We played.
I have no idea who you're talking about. But yeah,
we then played in Elevate League and ended up third in league play and then third in the playoffs as well, which was I don't know, that was really successful in my opinion. I know that Hunter will swear up and down that that's like a failure to him. He wanted to get first. We should have got first, etc., etc. But I mean, I think third place was good for us being kind of a ragtag group that didn't have a ton of time together, and we had like around 6 months by the end of it. But after Elevate, or really even before Elevate ended, we kind of all decided, you know, we kind of wanted to go separate ways. Chicken didn't really have a ton of time to play. Toad wanted to explore other things, and I personally just I felt like my playstyle wasn't meshing with the team anymore, and I wanted to kind of explore other options as well. And so we've disbanded. Hunter's got, of course, a new team now, Coastal Mayhem still, but got a fresh roster who I think is much better than what the previous one that we had.
yeah.
I'm not totally sure who's still on it.
I'm gonna follow you up with a question on that.
That's fine. Yeah, go ahead.
The current roster is Mateo, J Monta, and Hunter.
Okay, I thought so.
I mean, you like that current Coastal Mayhem roster, or?
I really do. I question, because the biggest thing with, I think, previous Coastal Mayhem with me and Toad and Hunter, or even me, Chicken and Hunter, was playstyle meshing. Like, there wasn't a solid third, like a person who could play that back player and really solidify the rotation. And I worry about that with this current roster as well. However, I haven't played with J-Mont in a long time, so I really wouldn't know. Like, I couldn't judge it that well. And from what I know, they've been doing pretty well. I haven't watched Hunter's streams too much, but I know they've been scrimming a lot. No, I really like that roster. I think Mateo would make a phenomenal threes player if he would just grind out threes.
Absolutely.
I just think he plays twos too much.
He plays twos way too much. I can confirm that from personal experience.
Yeah, to be expected. You know, he's I'd say basically the face of MLD right now at this point. So it kind of makes sense for him to play twos. Also, if you can hear a plane in the background, I'm sorry. I live on a military base. I can't help it.
Nothing wrong with living on a military base.
Yeah, fair point.
Now, is that due to family? I guess I shouldn't really go into personal matters like that.
It's not too. No, it's family. My mom is active duty, and my dad is retired.
I appreciate the service right there, from one military kid to another. That's awesome.
Yeah, mom is in Korea currently. She'll be back in April, I believe, and then she's got like maybe another year, and then she's set to retire. So you know, the parents are really excited about that. I plan to be moved out by then anyway, but you know.
Oh wow. I'll let that one fall. Go for it.
Oh no.
Why were you passing it to me, Fridge? I know. Don't be so unselfish.
Yeah. I just wanted the assist.
It's essentially the meme about me in season 4.
Oh shoot.
But anyway. Oh my. I got this. Really badly. Oh, mercy. I am washed up, by the way.
Yo, same.
I feel really bad. The more I play with people on these MLD Mondays, and I'm just being extremely candid right now, but the more I play with people on the MLD Mondays, the more I realize just how bad I've let myself fall. I could legitimately be a Plat player, with the exception of the fact that I'm about twice as fast as anyone in Plat League.
Fair point. I could be Plat League in spirit, I feel like. Yeah.
Plat in spirit, but not in rank. Oh, did you see him go for that demo? That was
I
cute.
did.
But anyway, Kendo Slice Player of the Week. Hank has a question for you. What are your plans for future MLD seasons? Will you continue to captain the Flames? What will you do when you rank out?
Ranking out's not gonna happen ever. But okay, so I'll rephrase that. Could happen. I don't think it'll happen for at least a couple of seasons. I think I've got at least another year of MLD in me. I don't know. I've enjoyed being a captain so far this season. Of course, it's only about a month in, really. A little bit more if you include off season and all that. I think I would really enjoy being a free agent next season, and I think I might just do that. I'm not sure just yet, but I'd love to have all of the captains fawn over me and fight for me. So
it actually is a fun feeling. We remember it so
I
well.
would bet.
But yeah. Let's see. And do you... I'm assuming that with leaving Coastal, do you have any more plans trying to do much in the non-MLD competitive scene, or...
I would like to. That being said, I've had a really rough streak of like 2 or 3 months where I just haven't felt like I'm playing at my best. Where I don't know. I want to grind more threes and feel more confident in my threes play before I really get into anything. But I know me, Hank, and Goldenshine plan to play this season of RLCS just to kind of have fun with it, and hopefully that can reinvigorate my drive to play threes so that I can play a little more seriously.
That would actually be pretty darn awesome to see. Do you know what the team name is going to be for that, so people can follow?
I think what we initially have decided on is 2 Canadians and a weeb. Or no, 2 weebs and a Canadian. There we go. That's
Oh.
not 2 Canadian.
2 Canadians and a weeb. I was going to say, who's the other Canadian? Wait a minute. You're a weeb?
But I don't think that's officially decided or anything, but I know that's a name that Hank came up with, and I'm like, I really like that, and we might just... So... But I think the RLCS rules are still the same as last season, where you could technically play on 2 different teams and 2 different qualifiers. So I'm looking for like a more serious team for my like a second qualifier to play. If there's anybody out there looking for a team that's around like the Champ 1, Champ 2 level, hit me up.
Absolutely.
It's more of a defensive player though, because I'm always gonna be in front because I'm a stubborn boy. So, but I don't know. I would really like to reinvigorate my play for threes. I played in the what was it? I played in the Ting Open for 1 match, and it wasn't that though. There was another threes tournament I played. Oh, that's right. I played in one of the ESL weeklies with Silly Knees and one of his friends, and I was like, man, this is so much fun. I love playing threes. Mostly because we played, I think in the 2nd or 3rd round, we played this all GC team, and got stomped. But I was like, man, this is so much fun. I love getting stomped by GCs. I want to play GCs more and get better. And that was, of course, right about the time that my controller started going bad. So I was like, man, I have to put it on hold. But yeah. But regardless, oh my goodness, what? I'm never swapping off the Merc ever again.
You're done with the Merc. This is your. Wait. What?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you should play the Merc more often. That was nuts.
I know, right? I don't know.
Maybe you need to join Team Merc with me and Sci-Fry. Never mind. I'm joking.
There's my Series 3's team.
Yeah. So here we are. We got 3 goals in 20 seconds, everybody. That's crazy.
But yeah, I don't know if I ever finished that thought, but like in future MLD seasons, I definitely would like to. I would still like to play, and potentially captain if I want, if I feel it, but maybe just go to free agency. Depending on, mostly depending on salary cap. Like if the salary cap ends up being kind of low again this next season, I'd probably want to be a captain because I wouldn't say I'm the most desirable out of the 12-5s. So I feel like it'd be really rough to put myself above some of those guys, especially like in AutoCAD, you know. Oh man, I so should have had that.
So close.
But yeah, sorry, I was just finishing my thought there. I couldn't remember if I had finished.
No, you are perfectly fine. Let's see. Sci-Fi quit the Merc. He's a Tane guy now. Oh boy. Ace Pockets in chat.
Oh no.
We're talking Sci-Fi. Well, yeah, I would say my personal question would be going forward. The Flames really need to. What do you feel like the Flames really need to focus on to get back to 500 going forward?
A lot of, and I think I did the math. I think to get to 500, we would actually have to 3-2 at the very least every series from here on out. If I did the math correctly. I think it all just comes down to getting our chemistry above a lot of the other teams, just because I feel like most of the teams, especially in the Orange Conference, have like at least one superstar player who kind of can pretty much carry any of the other teammates. Whereas our team, I don't think really has that. Like, and I love Hydra. I just don't think I don't think he's much of an individual player. He's a very he can play very well with a teammate who is equally as competent, you know. And I'm not competent, so he struggles with me now. But I think that a lot of teams have like the AutoCAD or the oh man, I'm trying to think of like Minimaki, you know, someone who can play very smart and still like carry a whole team. But also a lot of the teams, something else I wanted to mention was a lot of teams have really good pairs and pairs that have played together a long time. Agony, Minimaki, Soph, and Mage. Whereas none of us have ever played with each other before this. And that was something I also really went into whenever I was going to draft. I didn't want to have any players that I had played with before. I wanted to have like new people to talk to, and not play with the same people over and over again. It's kind of something we all discuss in RLC as well. It's like we don't think we're ever gonna draft each other. We play with each other enough. We don't think we're gonna play with them more. But yeah, I think overall, I think it's about building chemistry and making sure, because something I've kind of stated to a lot of people is I think, especially in Champ League, your team is only as good as your worst player. And with there's a lot of teams who got like some really standout fourths. One that really sticks out to me is the Demolition with Stovads, who came in as a 9-5 and he climbed all the way to almost a 13. And that dude is nuts. Dude's absolutely nuts. And I think a lot of teams that have players like that filled out their fourth have really like stood out to me. Another example being like the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes are all above 12s right now, I believe. So they're all like champ plus. Whereas with us, like we've got, you know, me and Big Q and Hydra are all arguably around the like champ level, and then there's D-Loner who's like more of a mid diamond, and so being able to make sure that he has the chemistry with us to match up to everyone else is the biggest thing for us to try to at least make playoffs. You know, it's making sure that all series that we play, even with D-Lone or even with a in quotes poor combination, we can still get wins, because that's the biggest thing. We just need wins, and I think the Dodgers from season 4 can prove that like you don't necessarily have to go over 500 to make playoffs. I don't think we were over 500.
No, you guys were not over 500, I think, until the very end, and you ended 26-24.
Oh, okay, that's right. And then wasn't it also the Rhinos that season weren't over 500 when they got to playoffs under 500?
Yep.
So that's probably going to be us trying to get as many wins as we can in every single series just to make playoffs. And I don't think that's going to be like a hefty order or anything. I think we can definitely do that. It's going to take me probably getting a little more serious about it, even though I want to keep it as stress-free as possible. Getting a little more serious about it, at least practicing more and just getting chemistry going. And
Do it
that way we can... Oh, if only.
I shouldn't have mentioned it. I'm sorry.
No, I was talking too much anyway. I wouldn't. But yeah, it's gonna come down to having a lot more practice. I feel like most of the teams in MLD have got, probably already close to 100 hours with each other, whereas I think the Flames probably don't have that much. I feel like me and Hank probably have quite a bit together because we played quite a bit together regardless. But the rest of us don't really have a ton of time together yet. So it's all about getting our time schedules all together and then playing a lot over the next month or so that we can go looking strong into the divisional games again. So we get to about week 11, I believe there's week 12. So
solid answer. Stovods earlier asked what was your opinion on him, and I find it funny that without even talking about him, you answered that question. That was extremely well done.
all a part of the plan. No, Stovads is a lad. Of all the people I've met in MLD this season, Stovads has been one of my favorite. Dude's a top tier dude.
Nice.
Good pat.
Hank in chat, the real reason I quit the Flames was to waste all the time Fridge spent playing with me.
Dang, he got me. Oh, did you get bumped out of the air there?
I was trying to score him and not the ball.
Oh, okay.
I knew I'd probably whiff, so I just went all in, and if you can score the defender, you can score the ball. It's kind of like, dodgeball.
No, mine.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you see something that you like, clip it, hashtag it, Kendo Slice, horrible play of the week. Send it directly to Inanimate J via DM. He will appreciate it.
Oh, I bet he will.
Just make sure you don't send him a clip of me saying what I just said along with it, because that would be bad.
I think the one thing I'm looking forward to is hopefully getting a stream slot and having Jay cast me so that he's forced to say good things about me, because I don't think he ever does. So oh no.
They were playing some nice bump tactics there. I will give them credit. He was literally just Flavor Town was taking me down.
Rude,
to Flavor
dude.
Town. Never mind. I love the fact he has Guy Fieri right there. He's got the Guy Fieri picture. You know what the sad thing about the Guy Fieri picture is? I used to own a collared shirt like that when I was in middle school.
Why is that not surprising to me?
Why is that not surprising to you?
Yeah.
That I wore the collar shirt, or that Guy Fieri wears middle schooler t-shirts, or collared shirts?
Both.
Oh boy. I don't know. Oh, I thought he was gonna flick into it. I underestimated him. Kendo's Guy Fieri confirmed. Any other questions in chat, feel free to ask them. I feel like this is going to be the last game of the night.
No, guys, ask more questions. I need more Kendo time.
You need more Kendo time? Okay, how about this? Open forum for both Fridge and the rest of chat. Is there anything that you want to ask me, Fridge?
Oh, man.
You're someone that... what's up?
How's it been casting? I haven't watched a ton of MLD streams this season, but I have watched a few that you've casted in, and I mean, I remember back the one stream that I did for Ace that you casted, and I mean, you've improved quite a bit, a bit.
I legitimately enjoy the casting. That's
good.
It's kind of cool because my wife supports it a lot more than, oh, honey, I'm gonna be practicing video games with a team for about 3 hours. I'll see you later.
Right.
Whereas if I'm casting, she's legitimately like, okay, this might go somewhere. This might be something that he's doing. He's trying to further himself in a specific way. So she doesn't mind that as much.
Yeah. Right.
And that makes things. It's still a strain, but it makes things a lot easier. But since Jay inquired about if I'd like to cast for MLD this season, a lot of people have been like, wow, do you want to do this? You want to do this? You want to do this? CCA has talked to me. Nexus has talked to me. There's a lot of...
Casters are something in the Rocket League community that once there's a new one, people want to hear them and see if they've got a potential RLCS caliber caster that they could have on their community tournaments. Because people I think nowadays don't tune into community tournaments as much. And I think part of that has to do with all of our really high quality casters have gone RLCS, and
Absolutely.
or RLRS, you know. So when there's a new caster on the block, people want to hear them and get them in the booth and see what kind of quality they've got. And also kind of and I'm going to address your chat first, kind of like HG Face just said, they seem very rare, and it's because they are. Good casters are really hard to come by. So
yeah. But the one thing I would say I appreciate more than anything else casting for MLD is the fact that Jay, Curtis, they have both been, and then Ninja was one of the people who really, he started out, I asked him first off, I'm like, I'm interested in casting, will you help me out, tell me what I'm doing wrong, etc. It really,
right.
It was a great connection having him on the Lightning in season 5, so that really kind of sparked the flame under me to begin with. Hey-oh, flames.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I was about to say that, and then you beat me to it. Crap.
But no, Curtis and Jay are really encouraging, but at the same time, they're not afraid to tell me that was dumb. Don't do that again.
Right.
So they keep me in check, and they try to keep me professional all at the same time. And really, for me, my rate of growth has been one that's causing a lot of people to notice, but at the same time,
humble brag.
No, I mean, I'm someone who's very honest about facts. I know where my deficiencies are. My flow and interrupt, I'm learning more and more about how there's multiple styles of casting and how there's concrete play-by-play and concrete color, but there's also more of a conversational style that certain organizations use, etc. And as I'm learning each style, because I'm capable of doing just about anything, it's been really good to have the input from Jay, Curtis, and everybody else. And they tell me, this is something you need to work on. This is something that you're doing pretty good on. They push me forward, and I know, and then they're, on top of that, my wife is actually, she's actually kind of piling on the criticism too, constructive criticism. If she sees something, she's like, you shouldn't do that anymore. So When your wife, who knows nothing about Rocket League, with the exception of it's like car soccer, is like, yeah, you could do this better, and it's like, wow, that is a legitimate point. I love you.
Yeah. No, I mean, casting is like kind of it's a very known thing.
Mm-hmm.
Not exclusive to Rocket League. So, it's something that everyone could have input on, even if they don't know a lick of Rocket League stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, I've really, really enjoyed casting, and I'm really enjoying growing, and the opportunities seem to be coming in for me, which I really enjoy the idea of that. That's awesome. It's a lot of fun. I'm gonna look at some of the questions here. We got Hank Kendo. Why haven't you followed me back on Twitter? I'll take care of that later, Hank. I cannot believe I haven't followed you on Twitter. That's very odd of me.
Yeah, did you see his meme that blew up?
Let's see. Who? Hank?
Hank? Yeah, he had a meme that kind of blew up like a week ago.
About a week ago? I need to look at it really quick. I might
It's really
actually
good.
know. Let's see. Fridge, what's the best way to prune a ficus? Is ElFuego.
Can I take a message?
Fuego, he'll get back to you on the flip side. No tactics. Ace face, that's not a question, but thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, don't link your own meme. I don't know if Nightbot's alive or not, but he won't like links. For Fridge or Kendo, what would you do if... I'm trying to figure out if that's a T, if Cat...
No, yeah, that's a T.
If Cat told you he was your father, would you believe the cat? Oh, if a cat. Okay, never mind. I didn't see the A. Apparently I'm going blind here. Okay, what would you do if a cat told you that he was your father? Would you believe the cat? As cats are all wise creatures. Or would you disregard the oblivious cat's statement? That's from Stovads.
Stovads, I think it's time for you to go to bed, my man.
Stovads, just for the sake of entertaining you on this question, are you by chance that cat?
Oh, please be that cat.
Interesting. Anyway, I think unless somebody else comes up with a really quick question, I am going to call the stream here in just a moment. Again, Fridge, I really appreciate your time. I both you and Fuego came in on short notice. I wasn't able to get the original plan finished off for this week's MLD Monday, and hopefully I'll be able to push the plan to a different week, as the plan was going to be amazing. But I do appreciate you coming in on short notice, playing a few games. We had some pretty nice plays.
Yeah.
It's nice to know that we can still pass to each other half decently, although I'm pretty sure most of it was calculated.
Oh, totally.
It was just me flailing at the ball.
Right.
Stovads, if I tell you the only reason I was a 9.5 was because I was human, and once I evolved into an almighty cat, I ranked up, then yes, I'm a cat. Oh boy. Anyway, with that being said, thank you again, Fridge. Thank you, everyone, for coming out tonight. I need to jump really quick into Streamlabs.
Rip Hank's question.
Oh, wait. Booyah. My bad. I'd missed Hank's question there. So
I thought it was a pretty good one. I just wanted to point it out.
It's a very good one. For Fridge or Kendo, what is your favorite moment from the Rocket League community? Could be a tournament moment or a moment where the community all came together to do something. For me, it's Dad's goal and the excitement around it. That is actually a really good one. Fritch, I'm going to let you answer this one first.
Oh man. Oh. I think the dad moment was something really cool. I unfortunately missed that one. Like I wasn't watching the live stream at the time, so I totally missed it. Man. Trying to think of one. I think honestly still one of the most excited like moments I've had watching Rocket League was season 4. Oh man, I keep forgetting what season we're on in RLCS. Most recent RLCS in DC. Whenever I was in the live audience and I got to see Squishy's ceiling shot, like that was insane. That was absolutely insane. And what really sucks is I wasn't actually in the theater at the time. I was downstairs helping. Like we were what's the word? We were taking down like some of the computers that were downstairs in the practice area at the time. And of course, like there was like a couple of TVs in the room where the stream was still going, and like you could hear the crowd upstairs go a little bit insane. Like, and then a few seconds later, we saw it on stream, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, I cannot believe I just missed that." But still being downstairs, and everyone that was down there, being some of the pros as well as like a lot of community guys that I knew, and I think Shogun as well was down there. Maybe I don't know. Shogun might have been stream or casting that match. I can't remember. There was a couple of casters that were down there as well, and we were all just like, "That's insane!" Like we could not believe that he had just hit that. It was kind of a surreal moment. I think that's one of my favorite moments just in general, just because I was there and in the building in a radius of Squishy as he hit that shot. As his brain calculated it. I felt it a little bit, but
Yeah.
no, it was insane. It was really cool.
For me, I'm gonna have to do a threefold moment, and I'm that's kind of like cheating, but I would say there's 3 major moments in the Rocket League community for me. Let's see. Personally, for me, when I first started out, I got the opportunity to. I started out playing in Mocket community tournaments. This was before Lucky was there. This was when they were still like legitimately one of the first community tournament organizations, and they were running a somewhat superb organization. Carrie Taz and Azael working together. Really, it was before Azael. Azael came later. But that was back when Carrie Taz was actually casting for Mocket. And that's insane to think about. But the opportunities that I got through playing there, the craziest memory that I have is I got to have a 1v1 in a Mocket tournament against K-Dot. And that, for me, like, as far as impact goes, was probably one of the greatest moments of my Rocket League career, because I had 2 games where K-Dot just absolutely spanked me. But in the second game, he controlled the ball completely around the field, and I'm like, I can't even jump high enough to touch the ball to get it away from him. So it's like I had the opportunity to watch a 5-minute replay of him just essentially free playing with me just being there. But in the first game, I managed to score a counter goal on him, and he threw a quick chat fit. And that was a pretty extreme moment. So I learned how to boomer. I learned how to control the ball a lot more by watching the videos as a result. So that had a lot of impact on me. So that's a very important moment. For me personally, emotionally, I would say when the Ducks won season 4.
Yeah.
That was something I was really invested in, both time-wise and emotionally. Those 2 guys, we had put so much time in to get to where we were at that time. And to be more specific, when they let me do the winner's interview at the end of it, that's like the highest honor they could give me. Normally you're like, Mateo could have taken that for himself. He could have given it to Atomic, and they could have just cheesed it. But he let me have the time, and I feel like that was an amazing emotional moment where we got to portray what we as a team were all about. And we got to celebrate together. The emotion that night was absolutely raw. It was crazy. The last moment, I would say, just as far as like in Pro Rocket League watching, it has to be when IBP had their improbable run in Season 1 of RLCS. Granted, the level of play wasn't as high back then, but like when you're like the only NA team in a group of all EU teams, essentially, and everyone's doubting that you're gonna make it, but you have a hope, and you come out of the losers bracket. You come out of the losers bracket the way that they did, and they just kept on winning over 0, making that crazy shot off of the wall. Which at that at that point that was completely nuts. We had no idea. We lost our minds on that, but now it's just
it's like yeah, it's kind of typical.
Yeah. Like, that wasn't even a ceiling shot. He jumped. He jumped. He fell down with style. He did a crazy, it was crazy to us then. It's not as crazy now. But the amount of momentum that they gained from series to series, and the fact that they were an underdog, but at the same time, they had the entire crowd rooting for them. The USA chants, which are both obnoxious, but at that time were amazing to watch, and the emotion in that in the room that they had there, like that was literally the loudest RLCS has ever been on your cast. Yeah. You're never going to beat that moment. Well, you might, but it's going to be really hard to beat that moment. They haven't done it yet. I mean, you apparently, if you watched CS:GO a couple nights ago,
oh man,
that was pretty crazy.
It was.
But yeah, IBP taking out F3, flip side in the tactics. When they took out Flipside in Season 1, that was absolutely amazing. But yeah, that being said, I really appreciate everyone's questions. I really appreciate everyone's time. And again, Fridge, thank you for coming out. Special thanks to ElFuego. Please, if you get the chance, follow these guys on Twitter. I put their Twitters out when I gave my going live notification on Twitter. So please do give these guys a follow on Twitter if you don't already. Hank, I'm sorry, man. I will be following you soon. That being said, I am going to close out for the night. I really appreciate everyone coming out. Stay tuned for a host. Let's go raid somebody. I'm going to see who I can find. And let's see. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. And, yep, stay tuned for the host. We're going to get somebody real quick. And thank you again. Appreciate y'all. Have a wonderful, wonderful night. I forgot to mention, thank you Hydra, thank you Slider, thank you all 20 of Pulch's accounts, thank you Stovods, Thank you, Uppercase 1. Thank you, ElFuego Rojo, for all your follows tonight. Again, have a wonderful night. Be good to each other. See you later.